This video is sponsored by Raycon, the high quality earbuds that I've been telling you about like all year, because I've used them all year. Specifically, my pair of everyday E25s. I use them when cleaning around the house or going on my semi-daily walks. Did you know that it feels good to use your legs sometimes? That blows my mind. Starting at half the price of their sworn enemies, but sounding just as amazing, they're honestly great holiday gifts, if you like the holidays, and discounts, specifically the one at buyraycon.com/runesmith, where you get 15% off. Get them for your little cousin who plays phone games at full volume, everywhere. They got 6 hours of playtime, a bunch of bass, no wires, and a carrying case. Go to buyraycon.com/runesmith for 15% off your first pair. And enjoy my video. Alright, let's do this with bards. In this little series that did a lot better than I expected, we'll be brainstorming some new angles of a bard that haven't been done before, and aren't cliché. I think everyone's seen the pansexual, hypersexual, alcoholic performer caked in perfume and laced with euphemisms in their own party. And I honestly still love that trope, but as fun as it is, familiar ideas get tired. Because the idea of a bard is possibly the most infinitely adaptable class I've ever looked at. The reason for this, which blows my mind, is that the bard isn't the subject of this class, it's their song. Your first thought, naturally, is to jump to genres. And that's fun, so let's explore it a little before I explain further. Throw away the idea of a vagrant minstrel singing tales of heroic feats with his cute little flute. There are hundreds of thousands of instruments from different ages and different nations, and in fantasy, time periods are up to you. So heavy metal can be developed with a pinch of transmutation affecting the sound waves of an acoustic instrument, and dwarves can easily make just about any brass instrument we know today. But that's not what a bard is about, really. A song is the purest form of expression, a poem forged by the soul's deepest desires and told using the full extent of a singer's ability. So to start making a bard, what do they sing? Is it a song of longing? Do they sing for those they've loved and lost, or for those they have yet to find? Is it a sad song, or one that honors the lost and praises the road yet to be walked? Do they sing in praise of their own feats, the feats of their closest friends, or the ventures of heroes lost to time? Are their songs fueled by hatred, a joy of living, or pride in the subjects? What's really interesting to me are pieces carried through oral tradition. You can make a monk bard or a religious bard who is sworn to never write down what they sing, only to share the stories passed down through generations using the voice of their ancestors. Think of skalds, the nomadic speakers from Castlevania, or the oral Torah from Judaism, or even stories that are literally lost to us forever. It's a fragile practice that makes it so much more beautiful. Now that we've got an idea for the heart and soul of our bards, and their general mission to express something that they care about, let's run through some subclass variations. Bards of creation are interesting, having been recently introduced. I understand their magic this way. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Believe what you want, but it can be understood that reality consists of wavelengths, like sound waves. This goes from particle physics to the verse that I just cited. So a bard of creation manipulates matter by using sound waves, similar to wizards plucking at the weave of arcana. That's really cool. The College of Glamour fits the mold of cliché, but they are given an alternative, songs that strike fear into enemies' hearts. Like the beating of war drums, the distant call of an unknown animal, or a sudden boom that indicates gigantic terror. The College of Lore falls back onto spoken art, but it isn't restricted. Nothing is. The core of this college is actually the same thing that I do. Uncover old stories, true or not, and tell them in entertaining ways. Some songs or old stories could make a crowd laugh, like that Japanese folktale of a stupid tanuki that transformed into a cooking pot, while other songs could make crowds question reality, reforming the worldviews of listeners by posing questions that they fear to answer. The College of Swords offers a completely different angle, one of raw performance. This whole time I've been explaining how music is a limitless form of expression, but that's sort of a veil. Expression is the very core of every performance, and these blades use instruments without sound. The act of tossing a blade carries the same wrist movement as strumming a guitar. I think this sect of bards is more based on the thrill of high risk and high excitement, like thrill seekers more than storytellers. Still, they leave you in awe. The way that the College of Valor is presented leans heavily on Norse traditions, but their abilities just make them fighters. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but imagine a fighter who incorporates singing directly into fighting. Breathing is integral to motion, because your diaphragm contracts and expands with air, and your body follows suit. Shouting is an exhalation, and it helps with lunging forward. Inhaling helps with dodging, enduring hits, and regaining strength. But how terrifying would it be to fight a master of both, who sang all the while? And lastly, the College of Whispers. These performers take inspiration from every other college, but the difference lies in their motives. A whisperer has stories told only to themselves, and these are the only true stories that they tell. The rest are boisterous lies, poison to the mind, a song sung under the guise of lore but serving as propaganda, or at the very worst, a magical threat presented in an exciting, catchy tune that defamates its subject. Whatever your motive, your song, your instrument, or method, it's all you. Go make your bard.